So for question 3, you know that this is going to be the structure, right? So this structure is going to be, of course, it has actually 4 members, right? A, B, C, sorry, 4 nodes A, B, C, and D, and this is the distances, right? And the loading condition is going to have is that at node, okay, between member AB and AC, it has a uniformly distributed load of 45 kilonewton per meter, right? And there's going to be a moment about point D. Alright, so for this case now, right? So for this case, right, what sorts of loading condition that it has? Does this particular question has? How many types of loading conditions? Does it has loading on node? Where is it? Okay, it's actually at node B, right? Because the bending moment of 25 kilonewton meter is actually directly loaded at node B. Right? So this is actually a direct loading on node. And of course, there's also going to be loading between nodes. Right? The loading between nodes will be, of course, around member AB and around member BC. Alright, so this is the uniformly distributed load. Okay, so let's move on. So what it does is that for this case, right? So now when you come into this, right? Because it's moment distribution method, right? You then have to actually determine the distribution factors, right? So for your distribution factors, you need to actually, I think from the formula sheet, this particular formula is given, right? Is it? Right? So you need to know that in order for you to determine the moment distribution method, no, the distribution factor is actually alpha k divided by summation of alpha k, right? And what is alpha? What is the value for alpha? The alpha is either 3/4 or 1, right? Alright? Dependent on? Right, so depending on whether the opposite end, is it a pin end or whether is it a fixed end. Correct? So you need to know that what is the alpha. So for this case, you know that if you look into member, let me go back to this one. Okay, so you know that for distribution, what you need to do is that you need to determine the distribution factor for node B and node C. Correct? Because whatever moment is being induced at node B, it has to be distributed to the member BA and also the member BC. Right, so you have to determine the distribution factor for node B and node C. And for node B, you know that because the opposite end is a pin end, right? So it's actually 3/4. But the other side, when you move on to BC, and because over here this is not really a pin end, right? It's considered as a fixed end, so the alpha is actually 1. Right, so for that, you can actually look into here. What we're trying to say is that what is the distribution factor for at node B with member A, span BA, right? So what is actually the alpha? The alpha is actually 3/4, right? Divided by summation of alpha k. I think for this k, all the k values are 1, right? So the denominator is summation of alpha k. The alpha k will be 3/4 plus 1, right? What does it give you? This case? This will give you 3.7, right? Alright, okay. And for this B, right? Okay, this is actually not really complete. So for this case, this B has to be equals to 1 over 3/4 plus 1, right?
Sir.
Yes.
Prof, in exam, right, because they draw the joint, right, they all look the same, right? So how would you know?
What do you mean by the exam? The joints are the same. It won't be the same, right? You have to be very clear.
For the drawing, they look the same. They look identical.
It looks big, but how do we know that it's
Oh, okay. You are saying that okay, wait You mean this one, is it?
Yes.
Okay, so you see, the thing is that as long this is definitely a pin, because there's simply supported only. But for this case, whether if you are at node B and node C, right? For that case is that because you are an entire long member, so what you assume is that this is not a pure pin support. Okay, so that's actually the assumption that you have to make. Alright, so you can see that which are the two pin support in order to calculate is actually alpha equal to 3/4, right? Will only be node A and node B. Alright, but for node B and node C, although it's simply supported, but it has the members still continue. So it is not, so it's considered as a fixed end, built-in end.
So nodes that are in between, right, is always fixed.
Yes, correct. You can assume that nodes always in between are always fixed. And even you can see these kind of structures, right? These are all considered as fixed nodes also. Right, for example, 2, these are actually fixed nodes. Alright, so if you want to come back to this, the second example, right? Okay, all these nodes are considered as fixed built-in. Alright, if you come back to the first example, only node B and node C, and node B and node D, they are the pin ends. Even for, of course, for B and C, it's actually straightforward. These are all fixed end already. A and D, sorry, A and D are the pin end, right? That's why the alpha will be 3/4, but B and C will be considered as like a fixed end or built-in end. So if you want to calculate that, that will be, the alpha has to be 1 already. Alright? Okay, so for this case, what we have to do is that we have to come back to this particular case. Alright, so just to complete the solution, right, for in this, so your BA is basically equals to right, so your BA is actually 3/4 because that is actually for PN, right? And after that, what is the summation? Summation is 3/4 plus 1. So we